Nervous pathways in reflexes. As you know, reflex action is an automatic or quick involuntary action in the body which is brought about by a stimulus. So, a reflex action must be a quick to have value. It is to be performed quickly. Therefore, the pathway for receiving and sending information must be short. So its pathway must be short. In a simple reflex, impulses are not conducted up and down the spinal cord, but at the time it enters the spinal cord, at the same time it leaves the spinal cord also. So for the shortest pathway, sometimes there is involvement of two neurons, that is sensory and motor neuron, and sometimes there is involvement of three neurons. So if only two neurons are involved, then those are sensory neuron and motor neuron. Sensory neuron is located in the dorsal root, which carries impulses from the sense organ to the spinal cord. After getting decision from the spinal cord, that decision in the form of impulse is carried by motor neuron, which is located in the ventral part of that spinal nerve, and it is carried to the effector organs, which shows their response accordingly. Now, if three neurons are involved, then the third one are intermediate or relay neuron, or we call them as connecting neuron. In that case, the impulse which is carried from the receptor is by the sensory neuron. Sensory neuron carry it to the gray matter of the spinal cord, from where it get the decision. That decision is taken by the connecting neuron to the motor neuron. Motor neuron carries that impulse of decision through ventral root towards the effector organs, and as soon as they reaches the effector organs, that is the muscles or gland, they show their response. So this pathway is the pathway of the reflex action. Now after this, the next is after the instant response, the sensation is also carried to the brain. After showing this response, the sensations, they are carried to the brain by interconnecting longitudinal nerve fibers in the spinal cord. Now next is reflex arc. A reflex arc is the shortest route that can be taken by an impulse from a receptor to an effector. This shortest route is called reflex arc. The path of reflex arc: stimulus to receptor, receptor to sensory nerve fiber, then from sensory nerve fiber to central nervous system, that is brain or spinal cord, from there to motor nerve fiber, from motor nerve fiber to muscles or glands. If it is a muscle, then it contract to give the response, and if it is a gland, then it secrete its secretion to show the response. Now the same pathway is represented as follows also. Stimulus is received by the receptors. Now these receptors are the group of specialized epithelial cells in contact with the terminal endings of the nerve cells. So these are the specialized epithelial cells which are in contact with the terminals of the nerve cells, and when they respond to the stimulus, now they convert that stimulus into impulse. Now the same impulse is carried by sensory neuron to central nervous system. Central nervous system means brain and spinal cord, and from there motor neuron carries the impulse to the effectors. Effectors means muscles and gland, and they act accordingly to show the response. Now the terms associated with reflex arc are explained below. Receptors already explained. These are the group of specialized epithelial cells which, when come in contact with the terminals of nerve cells, when they respond to the stimulus, they convert that stimulus in the form of impulse, which is to be carried by sensory neuron. Now sensory neurons are the neurons which carry impulses from sense organs to central nervous system. Now next, central nervous system, brain or spinal cord. It is a region in the spinal cord or brain where incoming sensory impulse generate outgoing motor impulse. Means here in central nervous system, the sensory impulse is converted into motor impulse, that is decision impulse. Now after that motor neuron, they carry motor impulse from central nervous system to effector organs, that is muscles or gland. Now effector, these are the organs. Which organs? Either they are muscles or glands which respond according to the motor impulse to show the response. Now complex reflex actions. Complex reflex action involves neuron at different level of the spinal cord. While walking in the dark on a road, if you happen to step on a coiled piece of rope, like when you are walking in a dark on a road, sometimes if you step over the piece of rope, you suddenly jump aside with the fear of a suspected snake. At that time, all the skeletal muscles are involved in that jumping, in that reflex, and that type of action is complex reflex action. Now after that, to remember, all reflexes are involuntary, means not under the control of our will. They are not in our control. But all involuntary actions are not reflexes. Again, all reflexes are involuntary. They are not in our control. But all involuntary actions are not reflexes. Certain voluntary actions, when they are repeated many times, they also become involuntary actions, and that type of involuntary actions, they are called as conditioned reflexes. The act we are doing in our routine are the example of these conditioned reflexes. So with this, we finish this chapter. Now starting with the last progress check given on page number 134. The first is fill in the blanks by choosing the correct alternative given for each. Brain and spinal cord are the parts of central nervous system. Cerebrum is the largest part of the brain. White matter consists mainly of axons. The part of the brain concerned with body balance is cerebellum. Given below are the example of few common reflexes in human. Classify them as a simple or conditioned reflex. Knee jerk, simple. Watering of mouth on seeing a favorite dish, conditioned. Tying of shoelaces while talking, conditioned. Closing of eyelid if a strong beam of light is flashed across, simple. Now another diagram based question. Given alongside is a partial diagrammatic representation of a certain phenomenon pertaining to the nervous system. Name the part numbered 1 to 7. Beta, part 1, white matter. 2, spinal cord. 3, dorsal root. 4, connecting neuron, that is association neuron. 5, ventral root. 6, gray matter. 7, central canal. Now next, name the phenomenon that the diagram depict and define it. Reflex action. And definition of reflex action, it is given on page number 131. Now next is, give the technical term for the point of contact between two nerve cells, that is synapse. Name the parts not shown in the diagram that should be included to complete the pathway of the phenomenon. Receptors and effectors. So revise the chapter thoroughly. Next we will start with back exercises.